Hi, welcome back to Guide to Solidworks, and in today's tutorial we are going to be looking at modelling this practice exercise. Now this is a brilliant exercise for a beginner. We're going to be running through a few different tools here. So we're going to be looking at using the extrude feature through extruding through sections. We're going to be looking at using the extrude fin feature. We're going to be using a rib tool, and we're also going to be using the revolve tool to make this component. So we'll have a look at how we go around it, and let's dive into it. So let's get started. Okay, so if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, and if you are a returning viewer, if you're enjoying the content, please hit that thumbs up button. Everything helps the channel. Okay, so let's dive into this in terms of creating our model. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our plane. So it doesn't matter which one we're working on. I'm going to go for our right plane in this case. And I'm going to sketch on that right plane. Now the first thing I want to do is take a center line down the middle of this plane. So I'm going to take a center line, I'm going to drop it on here like so. Now I'm not going to lock the midpoint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the length of this line being 100, and as you saw on the example, there is a rib, a section of the way down. Now I want that rib to sit on this origin point, so that rib is 35mm down, so I'm just going to make that relationship there, 35mm down. Now it's a good idea when you are modelling, before you start just creating the shapes, plan out where you think things are going to fit in compared to your planes. If you aren't planning it out, when you get there, you're probably going to end up having to add in more planes rather than just use the existing planes that you've got, which is just going to slow you down a little bit and make the whole process just that little bit slower. So the first thing I'm going to do for this is create that back plate. I'm going to drop a circle on here, and that circle is going to be a diameter of 32. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to have a little circle in the center of that, and that circle is going to be a diameter of 12. Now you'll see it's all looking a bit small, so let's zoom in, bring it up to scale on the page so it looks a little bit fuller on the page. Now I'm going to plot in a outline to this. So I'm just going to grab the line tool, bring that out, drop it down, and then bring it so it is a tangent relationship to the circle, like so. And we've got that outer shape. Let's put some sizes to this. So I'm going to click this line and click my center line. Now my distance across here that I want, zoom out slightly, I can drop that dimension up at the top, is going to be 76. And that's 76 all the way across to its mirror position on the opposite side. I then know the distance down for this line here is going to be 36. So we'll set that at 36 there. And that will fully define that side. Now, what I want to also do is create a mirror offset to this. So I'm going to click that line, holding control, clicking these lines. Go to the mirror tool here, and I'm going to mirror them lines across that center line. So if I click the mirror tool, it will highlight the lines I've selected, hold them into there, into the entities. Click on mirror about, and then I'm going to click that center line there, and it will give me a preview of what it thinks I want, which is a mirror image of the lines I've selected, like so. I'm just going to tick there and have that go across like so. Okay, I've got that shape. What I now want to do is extrude that shape. So thickness of this plate is going to be 6mm. I do just want to add two more circles in here, for holes. I've got my first one down at the bottom. I've got two more up here. Okay, now they are in line with each other, so I'm just going to grab and click on the centres of each of them, holding control, and make them horizontal. I'm then going to grab the dimension tool from the centre there, from the centre there up to this top edge is going to be 18mm down. Like so. And then the distance in from the edge is going to be 16mm. And the same on the other side as well. So we're just going to find that centre point, the outside edge, and 16mm in from there as well. And we've got that positioned. We just want our final diameter of these holes, so I'm just going to click all 3 of these holes because I know they are all the same size, and I'm going to come over to my relationships and click equal there. That will make all 3 holes exactly the same size as the one that is defined, which is the 12mm at the bottom there, and fully define that sketch. So if I now go to features and extrude, I'm going to flip that, and I want to bring that out 6mm. There we go. Now it's not showing me any preview because I've not selected excuse me, I've not selected any contours. So I'm going to select that contour there, that one there, zoom in, and this bottom one here. Okay, and that's bringing it out on an extrusion at 6mm on them 3 contours or regions. Tick that. And we've got that back plate, like so. Okay, so now I've got that back plate, I want to produce this sort of cylinder section. Now, to produce the cylinder section, I'm going to go on the front plane and sketch on that front plane. I'm going to grab a centre line, and I'm going to drop my centre line in just over here somewhere randomly, like so. I'm then going to turn, make sure that I'm side on, and I'm going to make a relationship between this point here and this edge, this top edge point here, and I'm going to make them horizontal so they're in line with each other. Now the last part is just make a distance from this outside edge to this line, and that needs to be 100. Okay, now I also know how far down this needs to go. This needs to go down 82, so we're nearly pretty close there. And we've got the centre line for this cylinder that's going to be down here. So let's sketch that in. So I'm just going to rough this out. Give it a rough size like so. Now once I've roughed my shape out, I can then add in some relationships. So first of all, my first relationship is going to be the distance across here. So that's my dimension from there to there. And my whole dimension size there is going to be 16. So 16 across. And then the dimension out to the outer edge, so to here, is going to be 44. And then the dimension out to here is going to be 34. Like so. Now, I want that point and that point to be lined up. And I want that section there to be 6mm. And I want that line and that line to be equal in length. There we go. So as you can see, I've just gone around there. Excuse me. added in my dimensions and added in relationships just to constrain them lines so that we're fully defining them. Now we've got them in place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Features, and I'm going to go to the Revolve tool here. Now as you'll see, because of the drawing, it's automatically picked up this axis of revolution, which is this centre line down here. Now if it hadn't picked that up, if we just click on the centre line, it would then pick up the image with it. It's asking us what we want to do. I said that it automatically comes up with a blind option, which means it will just revolve for the amount of distance that you set. And in this case, it's 360 degrees. We want to go all the way around, and we want to merge the results. So we want to merge each end in together to make one component. And tick that, and you'll see now we get our cylinder shape here, like so. So what we're going to do next is just connect them up. So through the top surface here, so just click on the top of that. I'm going to sketch. I'm going to move my view so I'm looking at it straight down, and I'm just going to draw a line, and that line is going to come from this front face across to this face here where my hole is. Okay, so it's just a singular line. Now from that one line, I'm going to Features and I'm going to Extrude. So this is going to be extruding using the fin feature. So because it's a single line, it's automatically picked up on the fin feature. Now it's telling me that it thinks I want to go one direction. I'm not. I'm going to go about mid-plane. So what that means is it's going to create material either side of that line. I want it to be 6 mm wide, which means I'm going to get 3 one way and 3 the other. Now at the moment it's going up. I'm going to change that end condition from blind to up to surface. Okay, now in this bit, this is how I would set how far I want it to go. Now I'm going to set that to this surface here, and you'll see now it creates that material straight down to the bottom of that model there. So if I tick there, and we get that coming straight down our model to support it. Now the last part of this then is adding in the ribs. So for the rib section, now when we first started modeling this, I offset this top face here 35 mm down to the top plane. So the top of my centre line, 35 mm down to the top of my plane here. So I'm going to use that plane for my rib. So I'm going to sketch on that plane. I'm going to go to my top view here, and I'm going to create a line. So if I go to my line tool, I'm going to come from here and across here, like so. Now at the moment, let's get rid of that. At the moment, this isn't connected to anything. Now we will get it connected to something in a moment, but first of all I'm just going to set this distance out from there to there, which is going to be 25 mm. Okay, so let's connect this up to something on this end. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this inside edge here, and I'm going to convert entities, which will bring a circle on line with there. Now that circle I want to have for construction. So you see there now I've got a construction line. So I'm going to take this endpoint, drag it across, see where the circle comes there, I'm going to come out to the edge here and create the relationship to that endpoint of that circle, that outer edge of that circle there. Okay. Now that ensures it's the same distance out as the cylinder edge, and we've got that fully defined now. So once I've got that in place, I'm going to come to my features here, and I'm going to go to the rib tool at the top, and I'm going to change the direction. Now this is showing me the thickness, these 3 little tools at the top. Now what we're looking at is, if we click the first one, that's showing me that the material is going to be above the line that I've sketched. The middle one shows me the material is going to go either side of it, and the last one is going to put the material below, which is the one that I want. I'm going to make the material thickness 6 mm. Now we want to make sure that this arrow here is pointing towards where we want the rib to go up to. So we want to make sure it's pointing towards this inside face. So I'm going to flip the material side there so it's pointing into the model. Tick there, and we'll get a rib going into our model like so. Now, taking that rib, so I'm just going to click on it here, highlight it, I'm going to mirror that across, and I'm going to mirror it, if I drop down my design tree here, across my front plane. You'll see the preview on the other side. Tick there, and we now have the model completed in terms of the modeling process. I'm just going to add a material appearance to this. So if we finish off with a final appearance, and I'm just going to make it red. So I've just selected the colour rather than going into the materials, so I've just selected the colour, red for appearance, tick there like so, and that is our final model completed. We're picking up these lines here. If we don't want to see them, I can just hide them like so, so they'll go away. Okay. Right, so if you enjoyed that tutorial, please give it a big thumbs up. Like I said at the beginning, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. All your subscribes help support and build the channel so that we can create more content. I hope that was useful for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.